Before we head into this video, I wanted to address something because it was pointed out multiple times in the comments because this is an advertisement up here in the right corner. The reason for that is, and it's not explicitly mentioned in the video itself, but this video was actually basically sponsored or paid for by Google because maybe you have seen on Twitter that Google has released or created their new platform here. Let me show you. Wait, there you go. The Bug Hunter University. And they asked me and a few other creators to create, or let's say they asked me and then I assembled a team of other creators to start creating videos for their articles. And so most of these videos will be about invalid reports, and there are more videos to come in the future. This one was my submission video for Google because they have an article, when reporting XSS, don't use alert 1. And so my video is basically based on this article where I try to explain why Google asks you to not use alert 1. And you can see here at the bottom, a video is embedded, and that is actually the video that was also released on my channel. This one is here embedded on a company account, because this is the video that actually was made for Google. That's why it's on a different account. It's only for embedding here. There's also a short section where I explain who I am, because obviously this is the context of the Google website. And then I just made a version that I uploaded onto liveoverflow. You can also see that this version does not have the advertisement in the corner, because this is clearly like a corporate, right? It's about German regulations regarding when you have to label something as advertisement. And this is clearly in a corporate context. It's unlisted. It's only embedded for Google. Google paid for it. This is there's no, it's not, in this case, it's just not necessary to label anything. This is not an advertisement, right? It's a video basically by Google for Google on Google's website. So all is good. But because I upload this to my channel, I don't think I needed to label it as an advertisement based on German regulations in this case, just because, but it's fuzzy, and so I wanted just to be safe and follow the regulations, and also obviously be transparent with my audience and with you all that this was in fact paid for by somebody, right? It has an advertisement in the corner. I obviously mention here Google a lot in the video, so it's clear, I think, that it's an advertisement for Google stuff, I guess, or for the Google Bug Bounty program. So I just wanted to make it clear that this video was based, had somebody money flowing in or something, right? So I think labeling it as advertisement is just kind of the right thing to do. Even though I believe in itself, the video is fine. I don't think that this video is in any shape or form some kind of sleazy ad or anything like this. It's just, I think, kind of like the disclosement that somebody paid for it, right? And that's why it has a bit of a Google spin on it. But I did find in some comments people arguing that it's super dirty to have a sponsor, an ad like this. And to be honest, that annoyed me a little bit, because this video is a really good technical video in my opinion. There was no product really being pushed or advertised. There was, except maybe the example shown or something like this. And I label it even as advertisement, while other videos that, I don't know, there are so many examples where people talk about products and do not label it as advertisement. So. Well. This video I actually finished in January. So if you are wondering why I look so different in this video, maybe this video was originally made in January, and it just took a while until Google finally made their new Bug Hunter site public. So I'm not paid to advertise this site or anything, right? They didn't pay for exposure or, me advertising it. That's why it is not mentioned here. They paid me only to make those videos for the page. But obviously, I think this is a great resource if regardless if you are into Google bug bounty or not. And I think it's a unique resource because online you find a lot of articles and tutorials and videos about, vulnerabilities, how to find vulnerabilities, what are vulnerabilities. But I think in order to educate yourself and go a step further, you also need to understand when something maybe is not a vulnerability and what are invalid reports, where, where's the border between something is just a bug and something is a vulnerability and so forth. Like, these are important questions you should be asking yourself. And so this Bug Hunter University of Google, where they attempt to document very typical mistakes or cases that they don't consider vulnerabilities, or they don't have a bug bounty reward for. They try to explain why, and I think that's just a very unique learning resource that really doesn't, videos are not really made about this, or any form of educational content is really made about this. And so I think this is pretty unique, and obviously those videos hopefully help to make people understand why certain things are invalid. And this video combines a few things. It's not only about Alert 1, but it also goes into the topic of sandbox domains, which is another issue, is another example here that XSS on sandbox domains are not being rewarded because they are not considered to be a vulnerability. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I think we are with this kind of context, you kind of understand like the premise of the video, and then now